Hello, everybody, and a very, very, very warm welcome to today's live stream. It's such a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you for joining. Wherever you are on this beautiful planet, thank you for bringing your energy, your unique fragrance. I'm told that we all smell differently. I think it's pheromones, but we all have a different smell. We all have a different look, even twins. So your presence here is very, very valuable. And I'd like to talk with you today about a significant energy shift that is almost upon us. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's already tomorrow for you, so it's already started there. But if you're in the northern hemisphere, it's on the cusp of beginning. So from tomorrow, the sun will move into Virgo, and we come into this mutable energy. On September the 9th, we'll have a full moon in Pisces. So we've got this Virgo Pisces energy coming up very strongly. We've got Mars in Gemini, and we've got the ruler of both Mars in Gemini and the sun in Virgo, Mercury in Libra. So what does all this mean? How can we piece this together and use it in a really positive and uplifting way? Because what I'm learning now with the astrology is it's a privilege to have the astrology, because it enables us to prepare to use these energies in the highest possible frequency. And that's what I'm hoping to do with you as we go through these live streams together. So it's very much a co-creation. It's very much what we do together. So mutable energies. This is about learning that you can make changes that you want to make. Changes that you didn't imagine that you could make. But you can. You're an unlimited being. And we've been boxed in, yeah? We've been taught that you can only do this, and you can only stand up, you've got to do this and that and the other. But actually, the bigger reality is that you are unlimited. And the mutable energies are showing us. The sound is muffled. Is the sound muffled? Oh dear. Okay. Did I dye the shirt? Yes, okay, sorry. I know the dogs have gone crazy, but it's just that time of night. Tell me what the sound is doing, please. Is the sound all right? I need to change. Oh, it's fixed now. Great. It was just a paper that was in the way. So mutability. Here's just a tiny example. My lovely Sagittarian friend said to me, don't wear this blouse ever again because it's brown and brown doesn't suit you. Now, I couldn't bring myself to even give it away because it's from a very, very dear friend of mine, bought it for my last birthday. And every time I went to give it to charity, I couldn't bring myself because it had her loving energies in it. So I thought, you know what? I'll be flexible. I'll paint it. So I have to confess, I didn't paint all of it because that's what it looks like. But I did paint the bit that you would see. So there we are, really. You can, what have you got in your life that you'd like to change that you could just improvise? So we're dealing with lots of dual energies. The one thing that's going to be coming up. Thank you. Oh, you're so kind. I just want to say how super grateful I am for the really kind feedback, comments that you give to me. But also I feel that as a community, there is an energetic support of one another. Because all I want here is that you feel, all I would love is that you feel uplifted, you feel connected, you don't feel alone, you feel valued. So we're dealing with duality. Mars in Gemini is a dual sign, the twins. Mercury in Libra is a dual sign, the balance, the scales. Pisces, coming up, is the fish moving in opposite directions. And the other mutable sign that hasn't got planets but is nonetheless activated because of the mutable energies, Sagittarius. Now, whilst it's the symbol is the arrow, nonetheless it's the archer, the horse with its feet, 4 feet on the ground, on the earth, shooting its arrows into the sky. So these are the energies we're working with. And it's learning the ability to be able to find creative solutions to any situation that you are presented with, and to practice that. All right? To practice being flexible in your thinking, Mars in Gemini, with your emotions, the Pisces energy, the Virgo energy, with the practicality, what can I do differently? And being as flexible as you can. So, I made this apology. There's a lot of feedback about this apology that I made because when I reflected upon what I had said about the Chinese people and this, this gesture with the eyes, it was pretty thoughtless. And if there is anything that I have said that hurts somebody and somebody points that out to me, and I feel that that is valid, then I don't think it's a weak thing. And a lot of people fed back to me that it was weak and wishy-washy and don't be a Libra. But if I've hurt somebody, even inadvertently, and it's pointed out to me, why would I not apologize for that? Because I know that when somebody apologizes for hurting, something changes in the energy. Something shifts. Because I remember being terribly, terribly hurt in school. I was in my teenage years, and the teacher, it was a general studies class. And he asked this question, he asked two questions. He said, I want you all to write down what you think about Americans and what you think about Jews. And my heart stopped. I was the only Jew in the school. And I couldn't believe it. I could see the people around me, my friends, writing, the stereotypes about Jews. Mean, stingy, all that stuff. And I remember coming home crying, so upset. So there are unconscious things that I must still be doing that I want to become more conscious of so that I can correct that behavior. And maybe just a kind word or something of saying, hey, look, I'm really sorry I said something that hurt you. It's not about the PC stuff, but just to say that I'm sorry. I mean, I'm forever grateful to the Austrian government for saying sorry to the ancestors of the Holocaust victims, because my mother was a Holocaust survivor, by giving us Austrian citizenship. Because had that apology not been given very recently, just about a year ago, I was fortunate to get Austrian citizenship. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to stay in Greece, what with Brexit and all that stuff. So that was a big apology from a government, an organisation. So I don't think there's harm in apologies. And if it looks weak, okay, looks weak. So be it. We've got this Pisces energy coming up, all right? And Pisces is very much about forgiveness. And I love this quote by Robert Browning, the poet: good to forgive, best to forget. And I'm going to ask you, because I think this is really coming up, is there anybody in your life that you need to forgive? And it may be something, it may be a big thing, like an ex-husband, an ex-partner, a family member, somebody that's betrayed you. I mean, there are many, many, many possibilities here. And I was noticing, I thought, well, who do I need to forgive? And it's easy to say, oh, well, I've done that. I've done forgiveness. I've done the big stuff. I've worked on all these relationships. And then I thought, you know what? That's not true. Because the printer, here's just an example. I didn't realize how much it was grating me. The printer of the next run of the Oracle cards, the Oracle pack, Pleiadian Oracle pack, really let me down. I won't go into the story of it, but it was like, I paid him all the money and it was there's a big problem, and then everything closes down in Greece during August, and nobody's can cap you. You can't do anything basically for this month, pretty much in August. And it was grating at me. Every day I'd wake up, bloody printer, bloody printer. I thought, oh goodness, I better walk my talk. So it's been actually quite a process of just forgiving him. We didn't do it intentionally. I'm sure he will correct it. So can you be aware inside of you what's grating? Is there somebody, could be from the past, but it might be very present. that you need to forgive. And I can't remember exactly what Jesus said, but I don't know the words, but when he was asked, how many times should you forgive? He said 70 times 7. So 490. I think, I'm sure somebody's got the words. I don't have the words. If somebody's got them, please put them in the chat. So basically, we need to forgive limitlessly. So I think this is coming up with the Pisces energy. So we're dealing with this whole energy of duality. And working with your good things in yourself that you want to develop. So Mars in Gemini is asking you to think about, what are the good things I want to develop? What are the good qualities that you would like to develop? I would like to develop calmness. A lifetime of being anxious, nervous. I'd like to develop calmness. And I'm working on it. What would you like to develop? What are the qualities? So Amanita has got calm as well. Let's share. What would be one really important quality that you would like to develop over this next month? Because it is a month period that this is going on for. So you're going to get a good 30 days, which is a good opportunity to develop a new habit that would be a positive one. What would it be? Peacefulness, kindness, gratitude, leadership, sobriety, beautiful, patience, thank you, Ed. To be non-reactive, yes, Marianne. Compassion, beautiful, Lisa. Discipline, Mimi, beautiful. Devotion, Mia. Oh, beautiful. Unconditional love, Jolanta. Gratitude, yeah. To be brave, Carrie, yes. Intuition. Oh, this is great. These are all confidence. These are all great, yeah. These are great. Believing in yourself, Jane, yeah. Yes, to be fearless, Lex. Beautiful. K Wood, to hold your frustration. Yeah. Opening your heart, Grease Monkey, 2K4. Southern Justice, meditation. Courage, gratitude. Isn't this aren't we a wonderful, supportive, loving community here? And just for you to know, the waves of this go out to your families, to your loved ones, to our planet beyond. It really does. So thank you for being willing to join in with this. The more that you join in, the more the frequency goes up. This is beautiful. Surrender to life, green and blue. Loving yourself, letting go. These are just beautiful. So make that a quality that you really focus on during this coming month, and let's see how that works for you. Because the signs of Virgo and Pisces are going to be prevalent, and they are very much about healing energies. Healing. So now we've looked at the positive quality. I'm just asking you to choose one because I've got all this duality going on. Let's choose one thing. And now let's choose one of your habits that you know you would like to change and need to change. So the habit that I'm working on is impatience. I have a lot of trouble with drivers. I feel I've become Greek. Living here, I've become a Greek driver. And it's not good, it's not healthy. So, impatience. What is the one that you want to change? Okay, sugar, easy annoyance, procrastination, that's a good one. Yes, arrogance, snap judgments, Bella. Yep, quick to anger. Yeah. Yeah, intolerant of stupid people. Yeah. Good, isn't it? I mean, we can laugh, but this impatience one is really one that is toxic to the body, toxic to yourself, and toxic to the vibes that you're sending out to other people. Intolerance, self-doubt. Awesome. Awesome. So it's just about having that consciousness, becoming as aware of you can. So you've got one, we're working with this duality, one that you really want to change and one that you really want to develop. And then we're working with the my internet has gone. It's gone up the pole. See, the energies are getting so strong. We need more bandwidth for all the beautiful frequencies that are coming through. Signals back. So Virgo Pisces is the animals, our brothers and sisters. It's a wonderful opportunity for caring for our animals more, caring for our plants, our beings, that so quietly, or maybe not so quietly sometimes with the dogs, but really being more consciously aware of their needs. Starting to bark now, they're right on cue, aren't they? Here they are, my lovelies. But this morning, poor Platona, he's the dog he's Tassos's dog, who lives with us. He was crying. I was just about to eat breakfast and this dog is wailing. There's no way I'm going to be able to eat with a dog wailing and crying. And he's, woo. So I ran downstairs to see, was he all right? Oh, he's okay, but very upset. So next thing is to look and see, where's Tassos? I phoned Tassos, where are you? He said, I'm rushing back. It's all right. It's all right. He's just upset because I'm not there. So luckily Tassos came home and Platona was all right. And now since feeding that dear little kitty, I've now got a nightly round of kitties. And I think so far I'm up to about 12 or 13 who come regularly for their, for their dinner. So, yeah, dogs let us know that we're never alone. Thank you, Dare to Trust. Yeah. So, tune in with the plants, with the animals, whatever you can do in that area. This is a time for activating those frequencies and appreciating the food that they give us. Sorry, that was a bad connection. Let me correct that right away. I was not talking about eating animals, all right? Cancel clear, because I do see that that might have been misunderstood. No, let me cancel clear that. I want to say thanking our plants, our trees, for the fruits that they bear that we eat, the vegetables that we get from our plant kingdom, the solace that we get from our animals, the nourishment. That's what I meant. Thank you for allowing me to correct that quickly. I hope that I can correct things that I say more quickly. I just want to say a moment of gratitude here. I want to say a big gratitude for Radhika, who is helping in the chat. The chat is really lively because you're all so wonderfully participating, whether you come now live or you come later. There's a lot of comments and things that come through. So thank you, Radhika, for your devotion and dedication. I'd like to thank very much JR, who's generously contributed here and just said that I'm like your mother-in-law. I'm not sure. I'm hoping that that is a nice comment, but I very much appreciate that, and I feel that you're all my family. So this energy of Virgo and Pisces Virgo is love in action and service to others. So it's the practical application of the spiritual energies, which are the Pisces, and bringing them into real life, to our real world. All right. So it's easy often to get into this sort of woo-woo land, this sort of spiritual land, and, you know, all this perfect love and perfect harmony and peacefulness and oneness, which is what Pisces is all about, the unity of us all, the fact that we are all one, but we don't see it necessarily. And the Virgo is about bringing these spiritual ideals of oneness, of brotherhood, sisterhood, into your daily life. Happened today. I set out with a clear intention of how can I bring kindness and sweetness as I go about my errands. Just let me bring that in. So there was a woman with just a loaf of bread in the supermarket, and I said, go in front of me, obviously, as you would. And I had to go to another supermarket, and there was another woman who was in front of me who insisted I went in front of her. And wherever I went, everybody was making way for everybody else. It was like a wave of kindness just suddenly came everywhere. Happened in the chemist, everywhere I went. So what would you like to set in motion in your everyday world? Some of you are just waking up, some of you it's early in the day, you can set that now. And you can just set that frequency off. Even if there's people that are miserable. I went to the post office, and usually that's a miserable place. Yeah, it's usually like, oh God, they're all queuing. And Greek post offices, they're, how can I say, sometimes the service is not fantastic. I've got to say, it's not really my experience, but sometimes it can be very slow. And you can feel people getting a little impatient and what have you. And it's just a matter of, can you send out loving thoughts to all the people waiting there? And for a start, it makes you feel nice. You'll feel better. And if somebody pulls out in front of you, which somebody did, I said to him, you know what? Be my guest. And can you just change it around? And I don't believe it was my doing something that caused that chain reaction. I think it was just an energy in the air. And if you can just, and I do believe that if you are here on these lives and listening afterwards, you're wanting to raise the frequency. And the more we raise the frequency, the more we live in a completely different reality. Does it mean that we don't send kindness and prayers and loving to our brothers and sisters who are suffering? Not at all, no. It means that we're able to send more loving out because we're filling up. We're filling up. All right? We're filling up. And that's what I'm feeling happens here. And that's why I'm so grateful for you in the open, heartfelt way that you contribute here. Deeply grateful. Thank you, Jay. I'll say I feel I'm like your auntie now. Okay. I mean, mother-in-laws have got a bad name, but, you know, some of them are wonderful. So the other thing that we're working with is music, art, creativity. This is this Piscean energy. And very often I see people who are so creative, so musical, so artistic, but they don't share it. Sometimes I want to shake them. I've got a friend. She is such a beautiful songwriter, lyricist, poet. She comes up with these song lines and I'm in tears. 2 lines and I'm off. She's touched my soul. Will she get out there and share it? I'm not good enough. I'm not ready enough. I'm not this enough. It's like, oh. And there are so many of you like this. You're so creative, but will you share it? Will you take that risk? Will you bring it into reality, the Virgo energy? You're bringing in the creative gifts from source, from wherever they come. And the Virgo energy is about giving those gifts away and letting other people enjoy. Recently, my friend's sister very sadly lost her husband very suddenly. I mean, it's been such a shock to our family here. It happened so quickly, and I haven't really known what to say to her. Yeah, sometimes words are just like, what do you say? Partner of so many years, and within 3-4 days, that was it. With no warning. So I meditated on this for a long time because then I thought, I'll play something on the piano, I'll record it, and I'll send it. And that's what I did. I played something from my heart with feeling, and I sent it. And she loved it. So just know that the creative energies that you've got, and so many of you are super creative, whether it's with words, whether it's with cooking, whether it's with gardening, whether it's with animals, whether it's with technology, whatever it is, your touch can change somebody's world. Totally. Beautiful metaphysical Mike, thank you for your generosity. And you're saying here, you have a natural gift of making people laugh and bringing back the joy of childhood to others. So please, could you please give it? This friend who writes lyrics, who's poetic, who's musical, she also is great at making people laugh. Brilliant. And she's got a box of things that she gets out, that she uses. She calls it her fuzzy box, of things. She said, if it's less than a fiver, I'll buy it. And she's got all these little toys and things that make her laugh every time she gets it out. So if you could make people laugh, metaphysical mind, wow, what a gift. So use it every day. Use it in one way to one person. And you've changed the world. And you've used that Virgo energy in a really positive, practical way. The Pisces and Virgo energies that are predominant now, coming up during this next month, are about bringing the creative, the spiritual, the ethereal types of energies and doing good in our material world. And you'll be amazed at what you can do. You'll be amazed at the things that you can do. The glam queen loves doing makeup and making people beautiful. Great. Offer it. Yeah. It's so wonderful. Okay, girl pirate, thank you for your generosity. You've just done it. Thank you. You wish to become more generous with money. Thank you. And it doesn't take much. It could be something small. We're often looking for the big gesture, the big thing in meditation, the big realization, the big thing to come. No, it's the little Virgo, little details, the leptomeries, as we say in Greek. Those little touches, the little smile to somebody. You might just change their day. The offer to help carry somebody's bag that looks heavy. Just letting someone go first. Cracking a joke if you're good at cracking jokes. Thank you, Ed. Music and laughter are God's gift to us all. The fact that they cannot be defined is proof of the gift giver. That's profound, thank you. Okay, wow. Thank you, information gatherer. Anything, I'm just so grateful. I'm just grateful for you, truly. Yeah, Caitlin, just smiling at a stranger might turn somebody's world around. You never know. You never know. And Pisces as well. I do want to talk about this. This is important. Pisces, we're becoming more aware of our soul family. This is soul family. Okay, anybody's who's listening, who's here now or later, you're soul family, as far as I'm concerned. And you've got people in your world that are soul family, somewhere. Because you know them, you recognize them, you feel them. This is the Pisces energy. Recognizing soul family. And the ones that are in your world, whether they are lovers, parents, friends, associates, you just know you feel something with that person. Nurture these soul relationships. Do whatever you can to nurture that soul relationship. And sometimes the soul relationships come in a physical body that you don't necessarily resonate with, but you will feel that person. All right, I have a deep soul relationship with two beautiful Greek people. I love them so much. And they drink and they smoke. They smoke like chimneys and they drink like fish. And I've had to drop all my judgments around drinking and smoking because these two are soul family. Now, can I spend long periods of time with them? I can't, because it's hard. But they're soul family. And I would do anything if they needed anything or whatever. I'd drop everything for them, as I know they would for me. So how can I nurture that? Well, I have to nurture that relationship in different ways, not necessarily by physical company, because likewise, we can't all be in our physical presence with one another, but the mental, the psychic, the spiritual energies that we collect together. I feel we're collecting a bonfire of inspirational, uplifting energies that just emanates outwards. In so many positive vibrations that you can't imagine. Place for Elvis, you created a month and a half. Wow, on YouTube, JR. Awesome. Awesome. So, yeah, we're so much more than physical beings, and yet we are physical beings. That's the challenge of this month. Recognizing that we are more than physical beings, and we're connected to this profound and loving intelligence. Some would call it God. I would call it God. Source energy, whatever you want to call it. And we've got a job of work to do, Virgo, on this planet. So I really feel as though I've said what's important. I love you. I'm sending you loving, warm embrace. And I hope that I've given you inspiration to work with these energies that are coming up now for this next month. Much, much love to you. Thank you, Radhika, for everything you've done in the chat. Thank you for all the contributions that have been made in so many ways. Now let's spread the good news. I won't put my arms up too much. Teddy did want to say hello. Now I'm going to go and feed the kitties. It's my duty. It's my nighttime duty. Much love to you.